This building, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Washington Commanders. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run with Robinson, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. They still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to air one out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Now back to throw.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up fourth down. Sly able to put this one through,
and that will make it 6-0.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, and put it in the end zone, we're right back to even.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now Watson. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Watson. Looking here for Smith downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. 6-0 our score after 1. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Here's Watson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Watson on first down.
Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are once again back in front. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Watson.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you. I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Smith catches left side.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 1st down, Watson.
Quick slant caught by Pierce. And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career, so that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he threw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swan. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw. Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now Watson going to sneak it, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Deshaun Watson in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Colts have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there for Indy. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. On second down, they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll try and run. Taylor.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll be brought down by the They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take over here up near the 40.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now a handoff looking right. Room here to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Touchdown, Colts. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
Oh, look at the juke.
48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, They've got to pay it off with some points.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. They'll set up to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown and drive as they start out.
Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
On first down, it's Watson. He's going to let it go again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down movement.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This offense on third down today, they've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And he wisely will throw that one away. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Trucks over him.
57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll look to throw here.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
So a fourth quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of it.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, an even 90 yards.
And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Throwing now, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To the air yet again, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up.